See, because I'm doing multi-streaming. Hi, Sam Stripathi. Hello, let me wave to you. So, good morning. It's not really morning, it's already noon, few minutes after noon. It's February 19th. Good part of the day, my digital friends on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Hello to you. Have a blessed day today as well. So today we are going to continue talking about a secret to the stutter-free life. A secret. And I am now sharing with a secret path that all my students have to take. All of them chose to follow, to their stutter-free life. So to get rid of stuttering, solve the problem of stuttering in 3 days or even less. This path has 4 steps. And if you are watching me and following my live broadcast, last Friday, I talked about step number 1. And right away, I would like to tell you that if you want to learn all 4 steps without waiting for me to come next week, because I'm really busy and I really do not have that much time for this live broadcast. So I recommend you simply go and join livestutterfree.info, register to view the whole webinar, and then you're going to learn all 4 steps in there. Just make sure you have about half an hour to listen from the beginning to the end. I really recommend you watch the whole thing from the beginning to the end again, because only in this way, I promise, you will leave this webinar transformed. And you will want to talk to me, to ask your questions, to bring your challenges to me, and allow me to help learn about your hardships and help you sort them out in almost no time. Okay? Hi, Yoga Kran, 1975 just joined. Okay, Instagram. So let's begin without wasting too much of our time, because time is the most valuable possession we all have, right? Time, our life. So last week, we talked about the first step to your stutter-free life, and I'm going to just go quickly this, because not all of you have seen me, have listened to my talk. And the very first step to your stutter-free life is very simple and very direct. You gotta stop believing false information you were taught. False information about what speech is, what stuttering is, what do you need to do to get rid of stuttering, and so on. So the very first step to a stutter-free life is to simply forget all this false information that you've been taught about stuttering. You see, sometime, at some point in your life, you have probably heard that you can never stop stuttering, and that stuttering is incurable, that you just have to deal with it, okay? Or maybe you've heard that it's a medical condition that can be cured with drugs or with some kind of a devices, some special devices, or that it could be managed with some kind of technique, special medical techniques, okay, of speaking. This misinformation has totally kept you from the truth you've been searching for years. Okay, hi guys, let me wave to you here. Thank you so much for joining on Instagram. Let me continue. Type your questions if you have them right here, and I'll get back to you after I complete my little presentation about the second step to your stutter-free life. So, step number one, again, I'm gonna just remind you that it is stop believing misinformation about stuttering. You've been taught it for years, okay? This misinformation has totally kept you from the truth that you've been searching for. So now, once and for all, let's wipe the slate clean. Clear your mind. Imagine you've never heard about stuttering. First time you hear in your life. And someone had to tell you that you are a stutterer, right? So that someone maybe wanted to help you, but that someone didn't do a good job for you, unfortunately. But before you can learn what stuttering is, it is very important to understand what stuttering is not. And I'm going to just put it briefly with points. Number one, listen carefully. If you stutter, you got to listen to this. Stuttering is not a sickness in your body. It is not. You're not sick. You're 100% healthy. And you do not need any cure or treatment. Okay? Stuttering is not genetic. And you probably have heard that, oh yes, if your parents stutter, if your father stutters, if your brother stutters, if whatever, it's genetic. It must be in your genes. This is also misinformation. Also, stuttering does not require you to be cured. It does not require you to have ongoing treatment the way speech therapists provide. You can come back. It gets a little better, then it comes worse again, and you keep coming back to the same specialist, okay? You don't need to do all of this. Also, stuttering does not require any type of long-term special speech training or therapy. It's just briefly. In reality, stuttering is caused by just three things. Do you know what they are? If you do, write them down for me. If you're listening to me, if you think you know what these three things that cause you to make mistakes in speech, or you call it stuttering, just write them down, okay? Let's compare notes. Let me see if I have anyone writing to me on. Okay, no, not yet. No more questions. Okay, let me continue then. So, only three things that cause you to stutter. There are only three things. Thing number one, it's a lack of experience operating your speech muscles. And if you want to learn the details, I really encourage you to go and listen to my last week podcast, because I talked about it in details. Okay? Hi, thank you so much for joining Tau Queer Mirror 3 zeros. You just joined. Hello. So, number one, again, the reason why people stutter. Number one, there are three reasons. Number one, lack of experience operating your speech muscles. That's what it is. No sufficient experience. Number two, because you don't use your speech instrument that much, you avoid speaking. You don't want to speak, right? Most of people who stutter do anything to just listen silently and not speaking, right? Write to me if you agree or disagree. You would rather listen, or you would rather just speak up and interrupt anyone who is speaking and tell them, shut up, I know better, let me speak, let me move my speech instrument. Let me talk to you. Or you'd rather listen and go like, yep, 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 right? Okay, Rahul Gahlot 118 just wrote to me how much you charge for treatment. You gotta understand, you don't need any treatment. I mean, this is a tricky thing. Again, who told you you need a treatment? You're not sick. You don't require any treatment. You're not broken. Why do you need a treatment? Ask any normally speaking people, like anybody who speaks, any normal person. What treatment did you take to speak normally? How do you, whatever, speak? According to what techniques, what method, what treatment did you take? What will they tell you? They will, of course, answer, what treatment are you talking about? What technique? I just speak. I just speak. And when people just speak without treatment, without techniques, without devices, without drugs, without any man-made artificial tools, this is what normal, easy, comfortable speech is. When we do not use any treatments, when we do not go for any techniques, okay? So to answer your question, Rahul Gahlot 118, I'm not a doctor and I'm not treating people. And you are not sick, you are healthy, you do not need treatment. All you need is to learn. I just mentioned the reason for stuttering. Lack of experience operating your speech muscles. At some point of your life, you stop speaking, stop moving your tongue, your speech muscles, and you kind of robbed yourself from the experience. This is why you have a problem. Still, you're an adult, but you still haven't had sufficient experience, and you still have underdeveloped speaking skills. Your speech is underdeveloped. You still do not know what you need to do in speech to say accurately and easily any word, anywhere in front of anybody. I hope you understand. So you see, as time goes by, stutterers begin to avoid talking situations more and more. And this, in turn, limits their chances to develop, of gaining sufficient speech experience, okay, developed normal speaking skills. And then they grow into adults with underdeveloped speaking skills. This is what each and every person who stutters has. Underdeveloped speaking skills due to lack of experience operating their speech muscles, their tongue, basically. Because the only muscle we use when we speak is our tongue. Everything else is just irrelevant. It's not important. Has nothing to do with our speaking, normal speech. Okay? So, and people who keep trying to figure it all out along the way, they try all kinds of things that might work occasionally, but never consistently. Never. Sometimes you speak well, other times you don't. It's kind of like playing a roulette. Sometimes you guess it right and you speak correctly, right? As you say, fluently. I don't like this word, but fluently. But usually you guess it incorrectly and you stumble, you stutter, you block, and you don't like it. You hear and you feel how painful it is when you're blocked, and you hear how ugly it sounds, and you see how people react to you. right? You don't like it. It's not pleasant. But it's really simple. People who stutter are just missing the natural speech mechanics. Mechanics. Hope you understand my English accent, right? Russian accent when I speak in English. So, and this lack of natural speech mechanics is really easy to fix. I apologize that I look back and forth because my YouTube is there and my Instagram is here. That's why I go two directions, okay? So once again, it's very easy to be fixed. Okay, so let me see if there are any questions on Instagram. Not yet. So let me repeat. I see a few people watching me now on Instagram. Go ahead, type your questions right here. Okay? So type your questions. And to answer the question I had about the treatment, who asked that question? I don't see it. Okay, I wanted to, this person. No, who asked the question? How much you charge for treatment? So once again, I do not treat. I don't give any treatment. We are clear with that, right? All I do is I simply explain to my students what speech is, what stuttering is, what instrument they have, normal, totally healthy, no problem. No problem with your tongue, no problem with your lungs, no problem with your breathing, no problem with your brain. You are 100% fine. You're a healthy individual. The only problem that you are simply underdeveloped speaker. Underdeveloped. You have not developed mature adult-like speaking skills. Skills of moving your tongue in the same way as all adults do. Okay? So when you come to me, you got to be ready, of course, to invest in yourself. But this is kind of, we're going to talk about this step later. I don't even like talking about money because it's irrelevant. It really is irrelevant. What is more important for you, money or your life, existence on this planet? You tell me, how much would you pay for your freedom to say anything you want in front of anyone? How much would you pay for your desire to just wake up excited to go with your day and not to kind of drag this thought, oh God, I hope I'm not going to be talking to someone today. I hope I will be quiet. I hope nobody will ask me a question. How much are you willing to pay to feel the freedom of say what you want anywhere where you want to say it? How much would you pay for that? How can you put a dollar sign on this natural desire for every human being to express themselves and to be heard and understood? How much can you put? Once again, this is not important at this moment. And if you want to learn more, of course you can. But for that, you would have to come to me personally. And I'm going to repeat what I recommend you should do. You just should go to livestutterfree.info, register to view my new webinar. And that webinar answers so many questions that you've been searching answers for years. You've been searching for these answers. They're there. Go watch it. Subscribe, register, livestutterfree.info. There will be the link to register, and then you will completely go, will be taken to the webinar. But then make sure you listen and understand what I'm talking about. It will take about half an hour of your life. But I promise, this half an hour will change your life forever. Okay? So, but today we're going to talk about, okay, let me quickly see if I have any questions here. Okay, I see people watching me on, I don't know where. It's on YouTube or Facebook. I don't see questions. That's why I don't know where they're watching. Okay? So, you wave to Luke, December. Yeah, December 22. Hi, I'm kind of suspecting that you are born in December. Are you? Because if so, hello, because I'm also born in December. You and I just had our birthdays a couple of months ago, right? Happy birthday to you, Luke. Okay, Luke, December 22. Yeah. Okay, so let me continue. Once again, last Friday we talked about the first step, which was stop believing misinformation that you have been taught for years about stuttering. Okay? So it's kind of up to you. You can continue with this false mindset that has kept you stuck for years. And you continue to have a long list of things you wished you could do only if you could speak better. Yeah, you can continue living like this. It's almost like you are stuck on a hamster wheel. You know, a hamster wheel? The wheel where a hamster is running in circles. It's what you are doing. You've been doing for years, right? Or you can choose to make a change, with the change being that you throw away all the false techniques that have cluttered your mind and think. You need to think outside of the box you have kept yourself in. Each time you stop thinking in the old way. You need to be willing to embrace new ideas, which will lead you to your quest to never stutter again. I hope you understand me, okay? And I have, by the way, if you still have not joined my YouTube channel, Anna Dieter, my name, YouTube channel, I strongly recommend you do, because that's where I have close to 400 videos. Video testimonials of my students who at some point of their lives also were just like you, in disbelief. What? I can fix my speech and life in only 3 days or less? How is that possible? They were also skeptical. But then they just stopped believing disinformation they've been taught for years about stuttering. And they simply cleared their mind and they embraced the new ideas. Okay? But today we are going to talk about step number 2. Step 2. What is it? So once you are ready to embrace the new ideas, you are ready to take the second step. And the second step is you need to begin thinking, yes, I can. Just literally this, yes, I can. And now let me ask you, do you struggle with being positive, with positivity? Well, you must understand that a positive attitude is very important to living a stutter-free life. Very important. You see, most of my new students come to our first call together and they still thinking that they can never stop stuttering. They believe it. Never stop stuttering because that's what they've been taught. I often wonder how they even mastered the courage to reach out to me. Most have been even misled. I mean, most of them have been misled. Hi there. Hello. White Nay Weatherly just joined. Hi. Okay, so most of my students still in disbelief that they can ever stop stuttering. Okay, and again, I wonder even how they got the courage to reach out to me. Most have been misled that only some people can stop stuttering and that their stutter is the one that can never be fixed. Unfortunately, people around them, when they are young, they're still kind of gullible, believing what adults around them say, teachers, family. These adults end up stealing their hope and squashing their dreams with negative words. Negative. Unfortunately, adults around them give them negativity. Oh, yes, hi, I see someone on YouTube now, Sanjeev, right? Kumar. It's easier for me to say Kumar. Hi, Kumar. Okay, if you want, you can ask a question. Just type it in there, and I will get to you right away. But let me continue with the second step to living the life free of stuttering once and for all. Once and for all. Okay? So let's continue where was I? Oh, I think, okay, I remember. So what you need to know now is that all of your negativity has to go away. If you are so negative, if you in disbelief that yes, you can live stutter-free in less time than it's ever possible, you thought ever possible, then you gotta have to believe that yes, you can succeed. Yes. Okay? Once you have a positive attitude and believe you can do this, you will have taken another step in your journey to your stutter-free life. So positivity is a very important step. So check with yourself. Are you being positive? Are you able to see yourself transformed? Can you do that? Okay. So, and if you choose to keep on thinking that you can't, if you just believe, no, I can't because they told me that stuttering is something incurable and I will have to live with stuttering, I'll have to accept stuttering. If you still believe that, then guess what? Then you'll continue to live in a world where you have less, achieve less, and enjoy less just because you stutter, because you believe so, then you'll have it. Or you can take control over your life. Okay? Yes, you can. The only one who can determine your future is you. You. Okay? You design your world. And I'm telling you that it is possible. And I know that it is possible for you. Why? Because I see my students succeed and stop stuttering every single day. I'm going to look at my Instagram viewers. Every single day, I see the transformation of my students. Every single day. This is how I know it. Okay? So are we clear now here on the two mindset changes needed to stop stuttering? Once you decide to stop listening to all the misinformation around you and your mindset changes occur, you'll set the next steps into motions. Okay? Next week, we're going to talk about step number 3, but it's going to happen in a week. Next Friday, I'm just looking at my schedule next Friday. Yeah, it's feeling. I already have someone scheduled follow-up call. So in the morning. So yes, after the call, I will be communicating with you guys. Okay? Live. Hi, Darlington. Yay! I know that I'm excited because very soon I'm going to see Darlington in my classroom. Right, Darlington? Okay. So once again, those were 2 steps we have covered today. Thank you so much for your hearts. Yes. Let me see if there are any questions other than hello. I see 2 people are watching, but I still do not see any questions. And because of that, I've been on air for 30 minutes already. I don't have to stay longer. Lots of love, my dear friends. At the end of this call, whatever, live broadcast, let me tell you that I recommend you do not wait for a whole week when I'm going to talk about step number 3, which is extremely important, of course. I recommend you simply go to livestutterfree.info, register there, and guess what? And listen to the recording of my webinar and learn all 4 steps in 30 minutes. You don't have to wait for a whole week. Okay? Hope to see you very, very soon. Okay? And I would love, good day, Miss Anna Darlington Road. Good day. And I also would like you to, right after you watch the webinar, what I recommend actually you do, grab a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper, or you can type notes on your cell phone, wherever you want. Just go there, listen to the webinar, and write down 4 steps. Write them down, because it's very important to understand what's step number 1, what's step number 2, what's number 3, what's number 4. You can even take a screenshot. I'm giving you all the hints. You can take a screenshot. There will be, I believe, a couple of pages where all the 4 steps are there, but understand them. Learn them, understand them. Because without taking all these 4 steps, you will never stop stuttering. Never. It's impossible. You gotta take these 4 steps and live stutter-free in almost no time. My recommendation, of course, after you make a phone call with me, you book a phone call, a video call. I don't like the word phone. Video call with me. I will be happy to explain to you what is it that you need to do. I don't like the word need, okay? What is it that I recommend you do to clear your mind from all the lies you've been believing for years about what stuttering is and what it is not? We've covered it a little bit today, but in greater details, so you could understand what your problems are. What is it that you are facing today? And what are your challenges? What your challenges are, grammatically correct way. Okay? So right after you have watched the webinar, I recommend, I'm going to type here for people who are watching me on YouTube, Facebook, I'm going to type it here. Okay, free.info. Okay, this is a new website. I just invested so much funds for this, okay? Stutter-Free.info. Watch it. Go register and listen to the webinar. And right after the webinar, there is a button. You click it and you schedule it totally free. You don't have to pay a penny. The first communication is always free. Right, Darlington? Darlington has done it. He's talked to me, right? And now he is ready to take the class. I even communicated with him one more time, right? Because he is on the way. So click on the button and book a free Zoom conference call with me. It's not conference, Zoom call. Just you and me, nobody else, no other ears, no other eyes, you and me. Okay? I will listen to what your challenges are, and together we're going to figure it out, what you need to do, what you're willing to do. Okay? When and stuff like this. Okay? I will explain everything. I'll answer all the questions, but make sure you watch the 4 steps. Study the 4 steps. Okay. Let me see. Vanshika Minhas. Hi. Great. I have a question. So, Vanshika Minhas just wrote, hi. I want to ask that when we start speaking in public, fears come in our mind, and automatically we stutter. How to overcome that? It's impossible to overcome because you have no idea what you are. What are you afraid of? You are afraid of making mistakes. That's what you're afraid of. And why are you making mistakes? Do you even know why you're making mistakes in speaking? Chances are you have no idea why. You may be guessing, you may be speculating, right? But you don't really know why you cannot say accurately and with ease whatever you want to say. What makes you block? What is it? Because yes, you feel blocked. It's painful. It's not pleasant. I know. You feel embarrassment. You feel anxiety. You're really anxious about speaking, right? Am I right? Manshika. Give me your feedback. Write to me. Communicate with me. I love direct communication. So if you do not know, how can you fix the problem? You can't. You need to understand why you're making mistakes. What are you fearing? Why are you fearing? Okay? Because if you know how to do something, you would never fear of doing this. Let's say you do not know how to swim. Let's just speculate, okay? You have never learned. Thank you for your feedback. Yes, Minhas. So imagine you don't know how to swim and someone tells you, okay, jump in the deep water. Go jump from the cliff to the deep water. Will you be fearful? Will you be anxious? Yes, you will. Why? Because you have no idea how to swim. You have not developed the muscle skills of your body. You have no idea, no coordination, how to use your muscles to swim safely, not to make mistakes and not to sink. You don't want to sink, right? If you do not know, of course you will be scared to do this. The only way you can stop being afraid of simple movements of your tongue. This is what speech is. Move your tongue, for God's sake. But do you know how to move your tongue? Do you know how people act when they speak? What do they do exactly? I'm saying, okay, movement of the tongue. But even speech therapists have no idea how people move their tongue. Why it is in this direction and not in any other directions. Even speech therapists don't know this. They may be wonderful people. They may mean really well. They have a big heart. I don't doubt they're nice people. But they have not been trained to teach you how to move your tongue in the way all normal people on the planet do this. And if you don't know, then you will be always scared of speaking. You will always, as you said, automatically begin stuttering and begin being afraid. Because fear, as you said, fears come in our mind, of course. Now you are focused on your fears. Are you focused on speaking real at this moment? Are you focused on what word you want to say? Are you focused on feeling your tongue move? Not really. At this moment, your attention is totally taken away from speaking. You are focused on your fears, your anxiety, your nervousness. You're not focused on speaking actions. That's why you automatically begin making mistakes. Automatically, right away. And by the way, even I will begin making mistakes if, for example, I like giving this example. Let me explain even in an easier way, guys. Okay, so let me know if you're still listening, because I like communication and I don't see feedback. It's kind of hard for me to continue. So type your questions if you, of course, want to know anything. Here is an example I wanted to give to you. Imagine you are in the room, okay, sitting and writing, okay? You're writing something and you're busy writing, okay? And all of a sudden, someone calls your name, like, for example, Minhas, and you go, ah, what will happen with your hand? Did you notice? My hand stopped right away because my attention went somewhere else. Of course, I should have done. I'm writing like this and someone calls me Anna and I'm going, huh? My hand stops right away because my attention went. I no longer have a sensory connection with my muscles. I do not feel that anymore. Okay? This is why if I attempt to, at this moment, I'm going to begin stumbling. My hand will not continue to write without me feeling my hand, feeling my muscles, having a sensory connection with my muscles. That's why I may make a mistake right away. If I was typing, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Minhas. If I was typing at this moment, guess what would happen? See here, I have this thing. I'm typing, Anna, huh? Look what happens to my fingers. They froze right away. This is stuttering. But in this case, it's stuttering in typing. Okay? Good thing that I know that, I understand that I got distracted. And when I look, oops, I typed the wrong letter. Do I sit and cry about a possible typing error I just made? Will I sit and cry about it? Of course not. I will just delete one letter, erase it, type another one, and adjust. I'm no longer going to get distracted. I will be focused on typing, not on anything else. Okay. Minhas, let me know if you understood. Okay, let me see. Hi, Mickey. Yeah, I see names that I have seen before. Let me see if there are any questions. Yeah. Yes, I have watched the 3 videos. I don't know what 3 videos, darling, you're talking about. Oh, I'm not talking about video testimonials. Whatever. I have so many videos everywhere. Thank you so much for guiding. Of course, this is my job. I'm a teacher. The funny thing is, I see my students' progress, and I believe in my students even more than they believe in themselves. Very often, my students come to me, their self-esteem is so low because they've been brainwashed with all the misinformation they were taught about stuttering. And they believe that they can never stop stuttering, that it's incurable, and stuff like this. But I know it's possible, and it's possible in a very short time. You don't need to keep coming back, coming back, coming back. No, the problem can be solved in 3 days or even less. I've had students who would take only 1 day course from me and they never came back. They never, it was enough for them. Because I always do my best. I always guide my students in the best way. My goal is to see the results in the shortest time possible. Because I value the life, the time we have on this planet. I realize that our life is so short. So short. You guys may be very, very young and you don't realize it. You think, whole life is ahead of me. You will not even notice when you're going to turn 62, as I did in December of 2020, right? 62. I'm like, where is my 20 years old? What happened? Why? How did it happen? Once again, life is short. And I am here to help you release your mind, clear your mind from all the lies you still believe about what stuttering is and what it is not. Okay? So once again, I'm going to remind you, I don't see any more questions. Guys, ask questions. Okay, Mickey, how are you? Okay, that's the question you wanted to ask. I'm fine. You can see Florida is so hot right now. I'm just apologizing. I'm wearing a dress. It's a beach dress because it's very, very hot here. The tropical summer is on already, okay? And we live right on the beach. I just came back from my morning beach walk, and I just kind of sitting here sweating. Okay, so once again, I'm great. I have a lot of energy. I'm here for you. I'm here to discover your challenges, learn about your challenges, and help you figure it all out. How you can begin living your life in less time you thought ever possible. Okay? Okay, I don't see any more questions. Mickey, you have a question? If you don't have a question, I wanted to stop this live broadcasting a long time ago, but people were asking questions. Okay, I wish you a lot of success in your life. I wish you to stop believing the lies, okay? And again, step number 2 is see yourself transformed. Visualize yourself and start believing, yes, I can. Yes, I can live stutter-free in almost no time. Yes, I can. Good things are going to come my way. They're going to happen with me, okay? It's very, very important to understand. So next week, this is my announcement. Next Friday, I hope I'm going to have time. I'm going to make time around the same time, Florida, from noon to maybe 1 o'clock. So next week, we're going to talk about step number 3, which is wow. Wow, it's one of the most important steps. But in order for you to take step number 3, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to keep the kind of excitement of learning new things in you. So next week, we're going to talk about step number 3. But before you can take number 3, you need to take the first 2 steps. Number 1, stop believing misinformation about stuttering. Number 2, believe, yes, you can. 2 steps. If you have taken those steps, then you're ready to listen to the other 2 steps. I invite you again, leave Stutter-Free.info. Go register, book appointment with me. No charge for you. Just make sure you don't give me no show, okay? Just have a little respect of my time and your time, actually, okay? Because I just hate when I drop all my things and I'm running towards my students. I'm so excited to share information. And then I start the Zoom room, and then no show, no one come up. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, I feel so sorry for people who just cannot keep their word. If you have booked a session, then at least write to me. A few people did. Sorry, and I cannot make it in advance. Okay, so I could simply, consider. Nice to meeting you. Yes, nice to see you writing to me here. And it will be even nicer to see you in person, one-on-one. Doesn't cost you a penny. Okay? Leave Stutter-Free.info. See you there, guys. Fahad. Hi, Fahad. What's up in your life? Okay, guys. So let me see. Okay, someone wants to talk to me now. I'll talk to someone else now. Lots of love to you and enjoy your life. Life is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Enjoy your life. Bye-bye. See you soon.